Alright. What happened? Alright, we're talking to Germ. Are you sure your bike's gonna be safe? Yeah, I don't think that anyone's been in that shed for years. Sorry you fell off. It's cool. I feel so alive. Scrapes are cool like that. Skinned my elbow or I hit my head pretty hard. That explains a lot, May. I hit my head pretty hard. Did you hurt your brain? Nah, I got a thick skull. Oh, hello Colgate on tap. Nice to see you again. Late morning for you today? How are you doing today? He says, if people stopped saying good evening and started saying, I'm not wearing any underwear, the universe would be a much cooler place. I'm not wearing any underwear. Instead of saying good evening. I mean, over time, Colgate on tap, they would just... the meaning would be replaced. So, like, if everybody started doing that in, like, 10 years, then I'm not wearing any underwear would be just equivalent of saying good evening. Actually, no, it's not. Good evening is wishing someone else well. Stating your stuff about the underwear might be a truth or a lie. Banana Waffle Monkey says, they'll say that if you're attractive enough. Well, I mean, not just saying it. I wouldn't say that the universe would be a cooler place if everybody went around lying about the status of their underwear. Right? I'm assuming they are not allowed to wear any underwear if the universe would be a cooler place. And I suppose people walking around without underwear would maybe make them a bit chilly, you know? Clothes are good for warming up, right? So yeah, it would be cooler. Sorry. That's cool. Oh, I actually switched over in the monster anime. Oh, hello, Node Runner. Nice to see you again. Both missed the end of Ori. It's over. How are you doing today, Node Runner? Life treating you well? Colgate on tap says, yeah, Inspirobot got it. Indeed. I started watching Monster on English. Because I felt like, oh man, I don't want to read anymore. I spend enough time reading as it is. Nodrunner says, Tiger King never wears underwear. I've heard that name thrown around. Do you recommend Tiger King? Should I watch it? Is it any good? Colgate Dinotap says, how were the dub? It was fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's interesting. The guy who plays Tenma is one of the guys in Critical Role, and as you know, I'm watching Critical Role every Monday. Well, that now. Fun thing to recognize that name. But I'm kind of enjoying it. I don't know why I've been watching so much in Japanese. I'm thinking I might just start going the dub route altogether. Right? So I can be lazy and don't have to read. Colgate on tap says, oh, does that throw you off? No. I've heard actors in plenty other places. Right? I've seen a movie with one actor and then I've seen another movie with the same actor and that was fine. Nodrunner says, it's kinda dumb. And Nodrunner's downloading Path of Exile. Yep. I've decided Path of Exile. I'm so hyped for Path of Exile. I'm probably coming on and doing a bonus stream this afternoon and start playing Path of Exile. Or, actually, I don't know. What do you feel about playing together? I don't know how I feel about that. I've never played it together. It feels more like a solo game than a party game. Actually, yeah, no. I'm actually probably think I want to play it solo. Sorry for asking. So if I made you excited. It's a solo game. It's a solo game. For me, it's a solo game. Nodonor says, I was just watching Asmongold playing Summoner, and it looked like fun. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, have you not played Path of Exile before, Nodrunner? It's a great fucking game. Yeah, I'm gonna play an archer. Boyer? Archer. Oh, there's plenty of ways you can play it. Nodonor says, if you want, we can play No Man's Sky. That friend I was going to play with didn't. Oh. Do you feel in a rush to play No Man's Sky? Because I'm up for it, it's just not yet, right? It's Path of Exile and I want to play BioShock and that other game that I was going to play before Ori that's just getting pushed back and bash. Shadow of War. No, says I've played like 10 hours of Path of Exile. That's not a ton. Yes, indeed, it's not a ton. Not even close to a ton. That's great. Banana Waffle Monkey, if he's still here. He's a pro. Path of Exile pro, so he'll help you. He'll help you out, and probably I can even help you out with Path of Exile as well. My recommendation would be, since it's only 10 hours, I would recommend following a guide. That's what I've done when I've played Path of Exile. Because it is a lot. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of Wikipedia looking up and stuff like that. And following a guide could be, right, you do have a clear path of what build you want to make, right? Banana Waffle Monkey says, we're his guide. Yeah. That's my reinvigoration with Path of Exile has been, I've been moving away. I don't use guides anymore. I stopped doing that when I started streaming Path of Exile. I started making my own builds. That's... oh man, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Colgate Tab says, Cider McSubstitute friend. I can be your substitute friend, sure. Nodonor says, I'm not in a rush to play anything. Nice. Great. That's just me. I've been feeling very stressed the last couple of days. Not even stress, anxiety. I've been feeling anxiety. It's been annoying. I was thinking I've been bad at it. I have to start reminding myself to take deep breaths again. So I'm gonna try to have that as a mental note, right? Just remember, deep breaths, deep breaths. Getting rid of the anxiety. Well, not getting rid of the anxiety, but, dealing with it. I think there will be a lot of anxiety for the next couple of months for me. So, deep breaths. That's important. Nodonor says, I like that. I want there to be a lot to learn. That's fun, yeah. There's a lot to learn. Yeah. And there's a lot to read and understand about how the game works. Actually, I have a question, Banana Waffle Monkey. Poison said it says that it's calculated on base damage. What is base damage? Right. Is there, like, if I have... And I can have plus number added damage, or I can increase percentage damage. Does both of those add to base damage, or does none of them add to base damage? How does that work? Colgatinotap asks, did you like Baby? Actually, I wasn't paying too much attention to Baby. Felt like just a typical mobster, no? Typical mobster? Didn't Baby die? Yeah, I was fucking tired when I watched that bit of the episode. They were kidnapping this woman and killed that woman? Like, what happened? What was special about Baby? I don't remember. His name was... Baby did not die. Alright. What was special about Baby again? She got in there and... oh, right. Baby was the fanatic. The tiny guy, right? Not... I was thinking of a big guy, but no, the tiny guy. No, I didn't like him. I didn't care for him at all. Like a fanatic looking at Johan as the new Messiah, the new Hitler, right? Right. Any of those people who worship Johan, I can't get behind. Just because, right? I have that issue because Johan was, right, a 10-year-old being a cult leader. I don't buy it. A 10-year-old as a cult leader. I suppose they do it in Buddhism. The Buddhists do that with the Dalai Lama, I suppose. But that's not the same, right? They choose the Dalai Lama and say that it's someone else. Johan was a complete stranger that just convinced everybody to worship him. And I don't see a 10-year-old doing that, so... Maybe if I could just suspend, like if I just could leave that fact behind and just pretend that it's a very charismatic 20-year-old that is building a cult, then sure, Baby's just someone who joined a cult. Alright, Banana Waffle Monkey says, I think the initial hit would be the base damage and then it gets modified with all the dots and chaos damage and stuff. I've never actually done poison. Oh, it works it works the same as bleed, Banana Waffle Monkey. It's just that bleed scales of physical damage, while poisons, you can stack poison like initially, and it stacks with physical and chaos damage. Other than that, it's the same as bleed. I was just curious about the base damage, right? Like, for example, if I add the poison support, right? It gives percentage chaos damage over time. Well, take lesser poison support, for example. It just adds flat chaos damage to the hit. Will that increase the poison damage? Does that increase the base damage? Probably does, right? Colgatinotap says that Baby was a small Nazi. Yes. Johan never was a cult leader. Oh, but they behave like it. Oh, hello, Sorksa. I think we haven't met before. Nice to meet you. How are you doing? I mean, Johan is not a cult leader per se. They're not doing a religion, but he's... Johan is... Right? They're all following him blindly, right? Sorksa says, I've been here the past 5 minutes wondering what you're talking about. We're talking about Path of Exile. We're talking about an anime called Monster that I'm forcing myself to watch through. And right now we're going back to Night in the Woods. Right? A lot of off-topic discussions here. I do enjoy that stuff. So, what are we doing here? Do you trust me? Never thought about it before. I don't fucking trust Germ. May would probably trust him though, right? May is kind of trusting, I think. Colgate says, wait, they are super hyped about Johan and want him to be their leader. Yeah, but Johan doesn't want anything to do with it. Yeah, right, he became a... Right, Johan did not create a cult, they created the cult around Johan, which is even weirder. Even weirder. Sorksa, haha, Sorksa, oh, that must be an emote that I don't see. Oh, your own emote then, Sorksa, I suppose. Very nice. Right, now I get this anxiety again. Should I play what I think May would do, or should I just... Like, we have no reason to trust Germ yet, right? Especially since he hit our head while bicycling. Sure, I'll trust you. Really? Yeah, I guess. Okay. Bye. Oh my god, Germ! Oh jeez, dude. Hey. What the hell, man? Jump, it's fine. Oh, for real? We're jumping! Wait. How do we... Oh, I wanna jump. Ah, there we go. Woo! Ow. Oh! I was sure it was gonna be water. Alright, another time May almost died. But we're alive. That was a high jump, though. She's a cat, though. She's a cat. Sorksa says, yes, I'm an art streamer. Oh, nice. No Donor says, hi, Sorksa. Art streaming. What do you paint? Or what kind of art do you do, Sorksa? That's very interesting. And Sorksa says, hi to Nodrunner. Dude, you scared me to death. Why? You jump off big stuff all the time. I do. There is no falling damage in this game. Yeah, but like, that's in town. Nice flat ground. Not like I can just go jumping off cliffs and whatever. Oh yeah, I forgot you grew up in town. So what are we doing here? I come here a lot. Sorksa says... Am I pronouncing that correctly, by the way? Sorksa? I do digital art, usually the anime, semi-realistic or chibi stuffs. I don't even know what chibi stuffs is. I've heard that before. Yeah, you got it right? Huh? Nice. Colgatino Tab says 2 episodes for our afternoon stream. Yeah. If you're coming and hanging out this afternoon, Colgatino Tab, we can do right this evening. Right, I'm thinking that the stream, my time will be like 6 or 7 o'clock, something like that, and I can watch 2 episodes before that. Start playing Path of Exile? That sounds great. Alright, what is chibi stuff? Chibi. I've heard that before. It's similar to anime, right? Oh, right. Describing someone like a short with big eyes. So it's similar to anime, but... Oh, right. Alright, I get that. Actually, I want to... if you don't mind. I've been meaning to look at some more artsy stuff, so since you're here... there we go. There you are. I'm assuming this is you. Alright. I've been adding more streams just for... moving around, looking at more stuff. I like the music streams. Sorksa says, chibi, like those big head anime characters. Yeah, exactly. Nice. Oh, thank you. Let me follow you back to... Oh! Oh, that was for my benefit. if you like talking philosophy and politics and stuff like that, then sure. Come here, talk politics, philosophy, and what else do we talk about? Path of Exile, I suppose? Semantics, lots of semantics. Sorxa says, yep, I like those stuffs. Nice. They keep me up at night. They don't keep me up at night, they keep me up this morning. So what do you think about Sorxa? Rip sleep? Oh man. That sounds rough. So what keeps you up at night then, Sorxa? I'm curious. I come here a lot. Wanted to show you something. You hang out at a sewer pipe, or are you showing me the sewer? I thought you'd be interested. I saw like 10 rats down here once. May would be interested in that. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's check it out. Oh, psychology. I like talking psychology as well. Sorxa says, I like to think about why people do certain stuff, including myself. Yeah, that's psychology. That's interesting. Or things where their stereotypes are necessary. Man, I've never thought about stereotypes in that way, if they're necessary. I mean, they happen, right? Stereotypes are right. What are stereotypes? Stereotypes are categorizations, right? You group stuff together, and I say yes. That's the whole of language, right? We point on the thing and say, oh, that's a camera. That's categorizing one thing and distinguishing it from another thing. And that's how we function as people. That's how our semantic memory works. So I would say that necessary, I don't know, but they're always gonna be a thing. So I don't think I think maybe they're a necessary consequence of having language and categorization of different objects. And a necessary consequence of that is stereotyping. If that makes sense, I'm assuming that's not really the question you had in mind. I don't know. Colgitino Tab says, that works for me. I might not make it quite to the beginning of the stream. Oh, that's fine. Banana Waffle Monkey says, sociological induction. What do you mean, Banana Waffle Monkey? I quite don't understand. Induction can mean different things in different situations, I think. Zorx says, yep, I would say that stereotypes are essentially assumptions. Yeah, prejudice, right? We have the Swedish word is more similar to the word prejudice rather than stereotype. So yeah, you make an assumption beforehand based on what you see, right? And that makes a lot of sense, right, as well. Assumptions are a necessary evil. We actually talked a lot about Occam's razor, and it's a good practice is to avoid making assumptions as long as possible, because I like to make that argument, right? This is not a fact, but my belief is that if you could take all the assumptions ever made, and that's humans ever make, right? Take all the assumptions and just do statistics on them. How many of them would be considered correct, and how many of them would be considered false, true or false? My guess would be like over 90% easy. Over 90% would be considered false. So I think it's good practice avoiding assumptions as far as possible. But I think assumptions are necessary, yes. Well, according to skepticism, they have to be. I'm a pragmatist myself, so I would say yes. To be able to move around in the world, you have to make assumptions. Noderunner says, stereotypes are reasoning through abstraction. Yes. Yes, I like that. Stereotypes are reasoning through abstraction. Yep. Sorksase, and we have assumptions to help us decipher stuffs faster. Yep. Exactly. And they are very useful, the assumptions. Very useful. Say, in time for danger. Right? Oh, look at that striped yellow thing. It's yellow stripes and black stripes. And it has something that looks round, and it's a dot, and there's something pointy furry there. Oh, I wonder. I think I'm gonna give that a name. A tiger. It looks dangerous. It looks angry. It looks hungry. Oh man, maybe I should have just made the assumption and ran. Right? Banana Waffle Monkey says, trying to use previous experiences to make predictions about how future interaction will work. Unless that isn't induction. Ah, there we go, yeah. I wasn't sure if that's what you meant. That was my initial reaction. Sociological induction. Yeah, but exactly. That was what I was thinking as well. I was not sure though, that's why I asked. Trying to use previous experience to make predictions about how the future interactions will go. Sociological induction. Yeah, abstract reasoning. Well, reasoning through abstraction even. Colgate In on Tap asks, is strawberry a berry? Actually, I think not. Does a berry have to have the seed in the middle? Because strawberries have the seeds on the outside, right? I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable enough in that area. We can look it up. Colgate In on Tap continues. I used to think it is. Then I used to think it isn't. But nowadays, I think it's complicated. It is complicated. Actually, I'm quite curious. I love strawberries. Do I need this? No. Strawberry. Do we have a Wikipedia page? I love Wikipedia. There we go. The garden strawberry is a well-grown hybrid species. Collectively known as strawberries, were cultivated for their fruit. Fruit is widely appreciated for its characteristic aroma. Hybrid. It's a hybrid between berry and fruit. I'm actually considering when I'm moving to my new apartment, maybe start growing strawberries on the balcony. On the summers. Because I eat quite a bit of strawberries with my muesli. Yeah. Alright, so it's a hybrid species. So it's probably a mix between a berry and a fruit, let's assume. Shorksa says, my thought is like, assumptions are necessary sometimes, but we should always be open to be wrong about them. Yeah, that's why I like Occam's razor, right? We have to make assumptions to live through the world, but we also can assume that our assumptions may not be very useful. We might be mistaken. I think that, yeah, it's actually very similar to Murphy's Law, right? Assume the worst. Assume the worst, and you can only be pleasantly surprised. Sorsa says, yes, but not so useful in society nowadays. For example, assuming people's genders, assuming foreigners are unpleasant, etc., etc. Yeah. Right. I mean, someone walk around in high heels and lipstick and makeup, I'm gonna assume female gender. That's... even if they have an Adam's apple or not, right? There's a difference between gender and sex. I would assume female gender, yeah. So that's very different. Those two examples you give are very different, right? Assuming people's gender, like, I can assume if I see someone who has like dark brown skin color, I can assume their heritage is more African than mine, right? Their heritage, like their grandparents, parents, whatever, came from Africa, just like mine did. Just mine was my grandparents, right? Way further back. I don't know why that would help me. But that's not what you said, right? You said assuming foreigners are unpleasant, etc., etc. Well, I know for a fact all Finnish people are super unfriendly, right? Colgate in a tap. They're all introverted. They don't like talking to people. No, that doesn't help. No, I would prefer to meet an individual, yeah. Depends. Yeah, and for society to do that, that's called discrimination. That's when society, right? Not when an individual does not make those assumptions. When society makes those assumptions and they are actually bad or good, it doesn't matter. It's discrimination, positive discrimination or negative discrimination. They're both terrible for society, in my opinion anyway. I don't like them for society. Like, men have to be in the military, women have to be the teachers. I don't like those assumptions. I don't mind there being a disparity, right? I don't mind more men building stuff and more females being nurses. That doesn't bother me at all if there's a difference. But assuming that there has to be a difference, that I don't like. Sorxa said, I remember looking that up, the strawberry, but forgot the answer. Yeah, it was a difficult answer. The answer was, it's complicated. Sorxa says, I've never eaten a strawberry that is not too sour. Oh. That's horrible. Just wait until they grow darker, right? I've eaten them when they're too sweet, right? When they're overripe. Then they're not sour anymore. Then they're just super sweet, and it's just like it doesn't work. Not for me anyway. Colgate Innotab says I was first familiar with only berries' everyday usage. Then I became familiar with its botanical definition, and I forgot everyday use. But lately I've realized that both everyday and botanical use still exists. Yeah. Actually, renaming strawberries. Actually, they're not even called berries in Swedish. Not straw either. It's like, oh man. How do you translate? Fuck, how do you translate? Like an, not super derogatory, but like a term for an old man. What do you call that? Hey, old man. More slangy way to say that. Because the literal translation of strawberry would be earth old man. Earth old man. Earth guy. Earth old man. Something like that. Notrunner says, if anyone is an Age of Empires fan, I have not played Age of Empires in a long time. I've neglected to play that. I've been looking forward to replaying it though. I found a page for Age of Empires 4. Hope it's good. Age of Empires 4. Fuck, I don't even remember playing that. Did I play that? I think I did. I did not. I was just kidding. What am I thinking for? I did play one of these games, the fourth game. Was that, maybe it was Heroes 4? No. Like, I don't remember. But yeah, I did not play this. Actually, this typical real-time strategy, I've outgrown it. I like it more when it's like Factorio or Don't Starve or Civilization. Actually, Age of Empires, maybe. But I like the progression part, like the building and the progression. The actual combat in these games does not really interest me. That is an interesting thing to look at. Earth Guy, says Colgate on tap. Yeah, perhaps. Zorxa says, speaking of Murphy's Law, I always wonder if assuming the worst is being smart so we don't get disappointed, or if it's just called being pessimistic and give us anxiety. Well, it depends, right? Murphy's Law is very vague. Murphy's Law is just preparing for the worst, right? Stuff that can go wrong will go wrong, right? Preparing for that is just... it's just good practice, right? Good practice to be prepared. Right? I spent like a half year living in Ireland, and something I learned there was that Murphy was an optimist. Murphy was an optimist. Boomer! There we go. No runner. Earth Boomer. Well, no, Boomer is like a generational thing, right? Baby Boomers. It's just the old person, a old person. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, from TV they say, hey there, old man. But a little bit more derogatory than that. A little bit more. It's the Swedish word. It's called gubbe. It's a little bit... it's just a twinge of negative connotations. It doesn't have to be negative, but it has a twinge of negativity in it. Banana Waffle Monkey says, what's wrong with being disappointed? It's a bad... does it feel good, Banana Waffle Monkey, to be... when you feel disappointed? Is that a positive experience for you? For me, it isn't. Disappointed. Notrunner says, you can win a game of Age of Empires without attacking anyone. You build a structure and defend it for a time. Can you? I remember in StarCraft that wasn't really a thing. Maybe you just build defense. I haven't played that in a long time, right? I never played PvP because I was terrible at it. As you know, I'm quite slow in most aspects of life, so you still have to like build the defense fast, right? To respond to the attacks. And in Age of Empires, like, how do you end the game? That's by exterminating the enemy, right? That's going on the offense one way or another. I suppose you could just expand. Like that game. Oh, and that game I do enjoy. They Are Billions, if you've played that game. Just expanding and building. But then we miss out on the progression parts of the thing. Banana Waffle Monkey says, it is the opportunity cost for being excited and something coming to fruition. Nice. Colgidino Tab says, did you miss my earlier message? Wait. The strawberry thing? The different definitions? Wait, yeah, I probably did. By botanical definition, said Colgate Enotap earlier, I missed this, yeah. By botanical definition of strawberry, it is not a berry. By everyday definition of strawberry, it is a berry. It was a hybrid thing, says Wikipedia, right? To answer the question whether a strawberry is a berry is it is necessary to know which definition of berry is used. Yes. So in some contexts, Colgate on tap, it is considered a berry, and in others it is not. It's just like tomato, it's a fruit, right? That's the quote, right? Intelligence is knowing that tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. Right. Context matters. In some contexts it is a fruit, in some it's not. Just the same as a strawberry, I suppose. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I think the words used to insult old people, at least in English, are based more in the context and tone than the actual word themselves. That's probably it, yeah. Usually insults are like that. Right, I call my father gubbe from time to time, and it's not meant to be insulting, it's just... Well, it's... You know, kidding around. That kind of being mean. And he can say like, oh, my dear sweet summer child. Stuff like that, because I'm literally his child, you know? Even though I'm not a child anymore, I'm his child. Sorxa says, I haven't heard of anyone who is glad to be disappointed. Actually, Banana Waffle Monkey gave, wait. Yeah. The opportunity cost for being excited. Feeling excited is a good feeling though, right? Sweet ain't as sweet without the sour. Being hyped up, like I'm being hyped up for Path of Exile. I might get disappointed. So that's the... Me feeling me feeling excited about playing Path of Exile this evening. It's a pretty good feeling. Yeah. And that's where the disappointment come from. It's not, you're not glad, you get disappointed, and the disappointing, that's... glad is one feeling, disappointed is another feeling, right? But you were glad and excited, and now you're disappointed. It is that way. Sorxa says, but then again, I'm someone who likes being sad. Like being sad. I've been trying to allow myself to be more sad. Actually, and that's actually a very good argument. I should allow myself to be disappointed as well, and allow myself to be excited as well. Embracing your own emotional variety, right? Good or bad. Just a feeling, an emotion is not a decision that you make. You are not in control of your emotions. They happen to you, right? You don't decide to become disappointed. You don't decide to become excited. You can decide to do stuff that increases the likelihood of that feeling happening, right? And I made the decision to start playing Path of Exile. Well, I kind of made this. I don't know. One can argue that, but you get my point. It likes being sad. Like melancholy and nostalgia are good feelings, right? And they are twinges of sadness. Looking out into the rain and feeling melancholy. Like, for me, sadness is usually comes from a reason, and usually those things I don't enjoy now. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I was disappointed in the league start crashing, while it was happening. But in retrospect, I'm glad I did it, because I probably would have overdid it like last league start. Yeah, right? I'm probably gonna overdo it, right? I overdid it a little bit as well, and I'm probably gonna overdo it, but that's fine. Just a little bit. Note owner says you could defend using villagers, walls, and towers. You don't even need to produce an army. I'm assuming in PvP it doesn't work like that, Note owner. In the PvE, that's how I play the game. Villagers, walls, and towers. In the PvP game, I don't think that works. I think you would get wrecked in the PvP game. Note says that would certainly help, exactly. There's meta and PvP and stressful. Maybe the campaign. Zorxa says, wait, you can put tomatoes in fruit salads. Oh, of course you can. Of course you can. It's a fruit. Actually, I've never tried it, so I don't know how it tastes. Actually, I should probably try that out. Colgate tab says, in Age of Empires 2, there is building win condition. Oh yeah, the wonders! I forgot about the wonders. Man, it's time to replay that. Age of Empires. Zorxa say, I think I like being sad, but being troubled is a different thing, since being troubled means I have to fix something or deal with something. Yeah. So what triggers your sadness, Zorxa? For you to enjoy it? What situation would you put yourself into to become sad? Okay, so, says May. I started coming down here a few months ago to, like, just hang. Okay, and I noticed... Oh, hey, Rabies. Ah! Rabies is my sewer friend. Its name is Rabies? His name is Rabies. His name is Rabies. I found him when they pulled that body out of here. That body? After that big flood a few months ago. Oh, neat. He was sad and wet and hungry, so I brought him chips and ice cream. Sounds right. And I wanted other possums to not pick on him. So I named him after something they're all afraid of. This is the best story ever. He is so rad. Hey, Rabies. Speak. Oh my god. He's gonna rule this whole ravine someday. You be nice to May, okay, Rabies? Love him. You got any pets? I got some rats downtown. Sweet. So there's like weird stuff on the walls in here. Ancient cave paintings. Indeed. Not new, at least. What do you think it means? If you sleep here, you might drown, or Rabies is Trash King. Yeah, you might drown if you sleep in here. Zorxa says, thinking about the past is pretty saddening, but not in a bad way, because even though I am sad about it, I don't actually have to do anything about it since it's over. Oh, that I do like, Zorxa. That is something I need to practice. Right, past. I'm overusing this word. Does anybody know? I'm thinking past trauma. Does anyone know a better word for trauma? I'm noticing myself overusing it. Like past trauma, past experiences that was sad, right? Thinking about them and feeling sad in the present about them is dealing with your own emotions. Well, that's probably healthy, a healthy attitude to life. Yeah. As long as you don't wallow in it, I suppose. Wallowing is probably not very good. Banana Waffle Monkey says, in ways I can't quite articulate, this game is like a modern Dickenstein/Victorian era novel. Maybe I have not read Dickens or... Oh, I've read some Victorian stuff. But I'm not well versed in that timeline. Banana Waffle Monkey says, oh, I know what it is. It is a fascination with the macabre. Wait, what is a fascination with the macabre? Oh, this game. Yeah. That's... We're talking about Tiger King. Is that a fascination with the macabre? Shroxa says, what do you think is the difference between a healthy version of feeling the negative emotions versus wallowing? Oh, I love this word. Actually, I want to double check again. I've checked this before. I don't know if it's the same as English and in Swedish. The word decadence, which at first meant simply decline in an abstract sense, is now most often used to refer to a perceived decay in standards, morality, dignity, religious faith, honor, discipline, or skill at governing among the members of the elite. No. Or skill at governing among the members of the elite. Very large social structure. Such a... Oh, that's... This is not what I mean, no. But it's like... You can do stuff to excess. There are the 7 deadly sins. Well, there is, yeah, doing stuff to excess. And excess is very... It's not only subjective, it's very based on the context and the situation that you're in, right? One person can drink beers every day and not have a problem. Another, gluttony. Yes, thanks, Banana Waffle Monkey, right? Gluttony. I think all the 7 deadly sins are actually just gluttony. It's self-indulgent. It's overdoing something. Or not doing something enough. No, overdoing something. That's decadence in my mind. Gluttony, yeah. So when you overindulge, when you gorge yourself on that sadness, then it's wallowing. But that's based on every single situation by itself. There is no black and white, there is no grayscale line on that. It's different for every person in every situation, if that makes sense. So you and your surrounding is the best judges of that. If you're neglecting your social interactions with your social group or neglecting your anything else, right? If you spend too much time wallowing rather than doing something else, if it has a negative effect on the rest of your life. There we go. If it has possible negative effects on you or others, right? Colgate Untitled says hibbering monad. I think you're talking monads just to piss Banana Waffle Monkey off, eh? Colgate Untitled, I haven't heard monads in a long time now. I don't even know what hibbering means. Banana Waffle Monkey says they're all incontinent. I forget what that word means. Incontinent. Isn't this like not being able to pee? Incontinent. No, this is not the same thing, right? Urinary incontinence, that's not the same. Incontinent, actually. No? That is it. Here we go. Lack of moderation or self-control. Here we go. Especially related to sexual desire. Philosophy. Here we go. A want of continence or self-restraint. I've never seen this before. It's often used by philosophers to translate the Greek term akrasia, used to refer to a lacking in moderation or self-control. I don't see this as a necessary connection to that thing. But overindulgence doesn't have to be connected to self-control. Self-control can help out, but it's not necessary. I wouldn't say that it's definitely that. Lacking in moderation or self-control. Especially related to sexual desire. Wantonness. Let's see. Sorxa says, so probably a good estimate would be someone who indulges in their feelings to the point where they're impeding their own goals. Impeding their own goals or causing suffering onto others. Impeding others. Yeah. I would probably, yes, something like that. I like that definition. Impede your own goals. Sorxa says, that's what I thought of too. The peeing thing. Maybe? You'll notice I'm slow in the chat, so I often miss context in the chat since I'm staying on the chat for some time. Colgatino Tab says, did you just assume malice on me that can be explained by ignorance? Can it though? Can it though? Actually, my ignorance. It was my ignorance, Colgatino Tab, and I don't think I assumed anything. I think I asked a question, didn't I? I asked, did you do that just to annoy? Well, and annoy, like it wasn't even malice either, right? I don't think you would get upset, Banana Wolf Monkey, if we started hyping up Spinoza for a bit. I wouldn't, but don't know what that word means now. So even if it was, I would not assume malice. Even if it was to tease Banana Wolf Monkey. Yeah, I would not call it malice. Sorxa says, I was like, isn't that not being able to hold your pee? Yeah, right? So, but it was similar. It was not being to hold, well, the other thing that shoots out from that very same place. If you're a man. Or a woman. Yeah, that works for both men and women. Not being able to keep it in their pants. Banana Waffle Monkey says, the 7 deadly sins I've heard referred to as the sins of incontinence. Alright. Then I suppose so. Right? What are the 7 deadly sins again, right? It's indulging in something. But I'm like, sins of incontinence, right? Incontinence is about ability. If you are not able to, are you really responsible or a sinner then? I think that's my problem with the word incontinence in this context. Right? Because if you're incontinent, then you are not in control. So, is it a sin if you're not in control? Actually, that leads me into free will, and free will is just nonsense, so you're never in control. So, sins is just a dumb way of looking at it. Actually, that makes decadence a dumb word as well, isn't it? No, Decadence is not looking at a person. Decadence is more looking at society. But again, that's Swedish, not the word we were talking about. We have... Incontinence feels so black and white. It feels like you're stuck, right? If you're not able to keep it in your pants, then you are not able to keep it in your pants. Then how... Oh, but that would be outside help to teach you. To help you learn how to keep it in your pants. So asking for outside help. That's why I don't think the wallowing... Alright, wallowing maybe is you're not being able to leave your sadness behind and it's impeding your goals, and you might need to ask outside help. So that's it, right? It doesn't have to be incontinence, right? Yeah. It is closely related, but it doesn't have to be. You don't have to be incontinent to wallow. If you can get out of it by yourself, then you're not incontinent. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I think the reason it invokes self-control is because of the Christian emphasis on free will. Oh, Christians. Free will. It's like, why? Like, all the philosophical debates are kind of boring on free will, because what they all try to do is everybody looks at determinism and say, well, yeah, the universe looks fucking deterministic. So what we try to do is that we try to mold the idea of free will and somehow make it compatible with determinism. We try to force it in there somehow. It's like, why? Why bother? Actually, it's a worthwhile effort. I give them that. I'm bored of the discussion, right? I'm bored of it. I've looked into it enough and nothing is coming close. So for me, I don't want to force free will in there anymore. I just say, the world is deterministic, let's move on. I make that assumption rather than trying to shoehorn free will in there. Sorxa says, sometimes we choose to indulge in stuff even when we can choose not to. Control not to. Yeah, right? And that's fine. I think it's healthy to indulge sometimes. It's, as you said, right? When it starts impeding your goals or hurting other people, then the indulgence starts to become a problem, right? Right. I eat snacks from time to time. Right? My rule is no snacks. But sometimes. Like, every couple of months I get this urge just to snack. So then I snack. Sometimes. Actually, I feel like it's time. I haven't snacked in a long time. Now just talking about it, I feel like it's time to be snacking. I've had a couple of rough days, emotionally speaking, and just indulge in some snacking. That seems like an idea. Seems like an idea. Maybe. I'll do that. Shorksa say, I think one of the worst assumptions I have experienced is people assuming malice. Is it the worst? Assuming malice? Probably right. Oh, there has to be worse. What are the worst assumptions? There is a God? That has have way more suffering than assuming people are malicious. Maybe. Right? Assuming that I am on a holy crusade and all the infidels must die. That's a worse assumption, right? Right? You don't even care about the other people's intentions, their malice or ignorance or whatever. You just assume that you're on a holy war from God. Right? Assuming that there is a God doesn't lead to anything, but assuming that you personally are on a holy mission from God to exterminate people. That's way worse. On the other hand, I have not experienced that myself, Sorxa. No one has tried to kill me through their holy war, so to your point, that's... Sorxa says, yeah, free will is really complicated. It's not really complicated, just put the idea, free will, philosophical free will, and just put it over there and just and leave it behind. There you go. Simple. Sorxa says, especially for people like me, I don't even know if I control myself or I'm watching myself. Wait, watching yourself? Oh, right. You are the observer. That's what they say in the Eastern religions, right? You are the observer. And you have agency, you have will. Right, if I put how I usually say it is, if I put a bit of licorice in front of you and I say, here, have some licorice, you don't control your desire or your taste buds, right? If you like licorice, then you like licorice. Then you might have this desire and the will. And that will and desire is yours. And you can act upon that will, right? The will itself, you didn't have any control over, but you do have control over your actions. That's what I was talking about, right? You don't control your emotions. Your emotions happen to you. You control your actions, though. But that doesn't, right? You have agency. You don't have free will, but you have agency. Noterunner says, they are going to fly the Mars helicopter sometime soon. Oh. They gonna film it? Probably gonna end up on YouTube, right, Noterunner? When you say sometime soon, that means today? So we're gonna have a YouTube video tomorrow? By tomorrow, maybe? Sorxa says, I mean just for myself personally, assuming malice. People assuming malice to you, yeah, that can lead to some rather harsh conflict, Sorxa. Yeah, harsh conflict indeed. Assuming malice on your part. Frustrating. Colgatinotab says, maybe they have just been so bad at it that you haven't noticed. Or they killed you so that you weren't even able to die. Wait, they killed you so... man. Skepticism, you're leaving my pragmatic worldview now, Colgatinotab. I don't understand what you mean there. Oh, they've been bad at trying to kill me. Oh, but then I haven't experienced it, right? Yeah. But then it's still the same conclusion, Colgatinotab. I have not experienced it. People have experienced malice on my part plenty of times. But it's, yeah, usually for me the assumptions are world-building ideas, right? World-view ideas. Those have become... Right, I've been talking about that before, right? I'm very interested in ideas and the consequences on behavior based on ideas. Because ideas are way more powerful than any individual, right? So anybody assuming malice, that's just individual interactions. While systemic assumptions generating suffering, that has been a lot of my suffering, has been like sticking out of the norm, right? Yeah, sticking out of the norm and systemic behavior that feels like they're spitting on a person, right? Sorxa says, no, I think it's more like depersonalizations or dissociations. Yeah. Oh, that's... Actually, depersonalizations is even worse than malice, right? That's... You don't even think they're human anymore. Like, if you assume malice, then that's a person that has malice in their intent. It's just dehumanization, depersonalization, that's assuming that is not a real person. That is a monster. That is... What did the Nazis say? That is a rat. That person is not... It's not even in there. Like the philosophical zombie, right? Theory of mind. That's just a robot. It doesn't matter what I do. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, that's the narcissistic / psychopathic route, right? They are not real people. They don't feel as I do. I am the only one, right? That is some rough stuff to be traumatized by. Notrunner says there's a NASA stream running on Twitch. Ooh. I'm gonna start following that as well. That's a great background thing. I remember having like a full afternoon just taking it easy and watching a spacewalk. Listening to the spacewalk. I spent a lot of time of the afternoon sleeping as well, but just having that as background noise and watching it. Storksa says, I also have experiences where I really don't want to do something, but I really couldn't control myself. Yeah, I've been an addict. Needed outside help. Yep. Also, I have a strange relationship with dreams. Fuck, yeah, I've been woken up both today and yesterday by terrible fucking dreams. Yesterday I was filled with rage, and today I was filled with sadness. And I made the mistake both days of not embracing those emotions. I tried to push them away. That was a mistake. Sorxa says, I refer to depersonalization as in the mental condition. Wait, what is depersonalization? I just assumed what this word meant, but I was wrong. The disorder? Depersonalization can consist of a detachment within the self. Detachment regarding one's mind or body. Or being detached. Oh! So you were literally talking about watching yourself, detached observer. Yeah, I was thinking about objectification and dehumanization. This is something completely different. My apologies. Subjects feel they have changed and that the world has become vague, dreamlike, less real. Like, actually, I think we've looked up this before, right, Notrunner? I think we've looked up this before. I have a vague memory of this. Less real, lacking in significant or being outside reality while looking in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've been talked about this before. I just have a bad memory. Probably made that same mistake in interpretation last time as well. Yeah. I remember us talking about it. I remember making, because I haven't really had these things very much, but I remember we made a comparison, an explanation of an experience that I had that was similar to this. So I could relate, but I forgot that feeling. It's dissociative, yeah. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I fucking hate dreams. Oh? Yeah. Sorxa says, damn, I'm sorry to hear about your bad dreams. Probably both mine and Banana Waffle Monkey's. Just dreams in general, Banana Waffle Monkey? Have you tried doing something about it? I usually don't remember my dreams. I did do lucid dreaming for a while, but it takes a lot of work for me. I don't have an aptitude for it, so it takes a lot of work to do lucid dreaming. But I have to do the dream journal every day when I wake up. I have to do the dream journal, and I have to have the tests, right? I think the one I used mostly were watching at clocks and trying to put my finger through my palm. That's the test I used for lucid dreaming. But I have to do it so much in the day to have it happen in the dream, so it's just not worth it to me. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I've never woken up from a dream and thought, I'm glad I had that dream. Maybe you're like me, it's just if you wake up from a traumatic dream, right? If the dream makes you wake up, then that's usually a traumatic dream, right? So that's why your personal bias, if that is like that. If you start writing a dream journal, you'll probably notice that you end up with a lot of just all right dreams. Just aren't bad. I'm assuming. I don't know anything about your dreamscape and how that works. But I was similar to you, right? When I remember my dreams nowadays, it's always waking up with bad feelings. Otherwise, I don't remember the dreams. Which is actually most of the time nowadays. I don't have many bad dreams anymore. Just the last couple of days. It's probably gonna be a rough summer, right? Banana Waffle Monkey says, oh wait, maybe I'm mixing up the two. I've had that third person experience before. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I've had it, but I don't remember what it feels like. Sorxa says, interesting. It is not something that is that often talked about. Oh. What is not? Damn it. Oh, depersonalization? Maybe. I mix up dreams and reality sometimes. I remember my dreams every night. I mean, in the dream, when I dream, I believe that it is a dream, but I've never been in the situation when I was awake, when I thought I was dreaming. I have one memory of it. But that's like from like 6 or 7 years old. And that was a fever dream where I cannot tell what was real and what actually happened. That's one instance of that in my entire life. But that was dissociative, yeah. I had a fever dream that was super dissociative. And now to this day, I have no idea what happened. I have conflicting memories, like I was at 2 different places at once. Very dissociative. Banana Waffle Mug says, it's not just nightmares I hate too, it's the good dreams too. Wait, why do you hate dreams? I'm glad I had that dream. What's with the hate? Sorxa says, yeah, you remember your dreams every night. Do you do lucid dreaming, Sorxa? Or is it just... Right. Because you probably have an aptitude then for lucid dreaming, I would assume. Oh fuck, 12:30? True. That's sad. Yeah, but it's sad enough that, like, it gets too weird to be sad. I guess. Just like... Sucks people are sleeping in here. Yep. Not like we don't got vacant buildings. Yeah. And it's fucked up. It's dumb. It is dumb. But it's also... It's not that simple, unfortunately. There's like all kinds of secret places like this all around town. I'm like the only person to really map the... Hey Rabies, what you got there? Banana Waffle Monkey says, I either wake up from a nightmare and the stress carries on because of what I'm nightmaring over is something that is going on or happened IRL. Yeah, your dreams are affected by your waking life, of course. I've had my first dream, well, I don't remember the dream, but I remember talking to chat in the dream. That I had that first time like a week ago or something like that. He continues, or if it is a good dream, I wake up depressed. My life wasn't the way in the dream. That's a problem of comparison, right? Right, of course your waking life spill over to your dream life. That goes both ways, right? If you had a good dream, then you had a good dream, and that's a good feeling. Should that not be celebrated? Do you have a problem letting go of the dream? But I get that sometimes when not from good dreams, but thinking of the past. What if something else were different? But you can't change the past. You can't change your situation like that. You can only act in the now. Like comparing your life to a life lived in a dream, it's probably similar to comparing your life to somebody else's life. And comparisons like that is a route to bad feelings, right? Pretty sure. I do that I don't know if that's comparable, but that's a problem I have sometimes, comparing my life to my fantasy of what my life could have been like daydreaming, yeah, comparing my life to my daydreamed life. I do that from time to time. That just leads to sadness. But I wouldn't say that the daydreaming or the dreams themselves are the stuff that's not really good. It's the comparison, right? What do you think about that? Sorxa said, I lucid dream when it does happen, but usually I don't. Oh, you just let it happen when it happens. I don't always realize I'm dreaming, nor am I very good at manipulating my dreams. No, manipulating, right? It takes practice, right? It takes effort to do lucid dreaming. Right? It takes practice and effort. But your aptitude, right? You're apt at something, right? Like Colgate In on Tap here is apt at math, for example. I don't have an aptitude for math. He has. He still has to do the work to learn the actual math. It's the same with lucid dreaming, right? If you want to do lucid dreaming, you just have an easier time of learning it. Yeah, exactly. Sorsa continued. Probably can get better if I actually train it. Yep. I'm pretty sure everybody could learn lucid dreaming. I'm pretty sure. Because I'm also pretty sure my aptitude is on the far terrible end for that. Yeah. Sorxa asks Banana Waffle Monkey, what about the neutral dreams? Yeah, the stuff that just happens. And Banana Waffle Monkey says, I don't remember the neutral ones, really. Yep. I only remember the notable intense ones. Yeah, the ones where you pretty much wake up from the dream. Sorxa say, I just feel that dreams are tiring because I dream every night, and sometimes I'm schooling/working and I wake up and I have to go to school and work again. Oh, then maybe it is a good idea to practice some lucid dreaming. Like, it takes a little bit of effort, but if you learn it, you can spend the dream resting, right? Maybe, I mean, I'm just thinking for myself here, but you know, on a pier somewhere overlooking the water and the sunset and just hanging out and watching that and listening to some music in the dream, right? Just spending the time resting, spending the dream resting. That's actually an interesting idea. Or you can think that all that tiring is not about the dream, the tiring stuff in the school and the work dream. Maybe it's the daytime stress that you need to deal with, Sorxa. If you're feeling tired and stressed, maybe the daytime is the problem, not the dream. Spend more time resting daytime? I don't know. Just spitballing ideas. Banana Waffle Monkey says part of it is that I'm just waking up and trying to reorient myself, and I just lack the discretion not to compare. Deep breaths, then, right? Have that as triggers as deep breaths. I need to be better at that. More deep breaths. Embrace the rage. Embrace the disappointment. Right? What is the other way to deal with the disappointment, Banana Waffle Monkey? It is just pushing it away and not dealing with it. And that's not how you deal with emotions. You live through them. I have disappointments on my life, right? In the now. I'm disappointed that my mustache just hurt a little bit. I'm disappointed that I'm getting old. Like an injury hurts for days and weeks. Deep breaths. It's fine, though. It's fine. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. Yes. Banana Waffle Monkey says, no, it is the dreams too, because I feel antagonized by my own brain. Yeah. That does not sound like fun, yeah. I've been in thought spirals, just my own brain antagonizing myself. Well, me antagonizing myself. Deep breaths. Colgatinotab says species in DCSS also have different aptitudes. Yeah, remember you talking about that before. Takes less XP for Deep Elf to become good at spellcasting than for a Minotaur. Yeah, that's how we people work. Sorxa said I used to put more effort trying to lucid dream, like reality checks and dream journals. Well, the dream journals are just for remembering the dreams, if I recall. That's why I needed to do the dream journals, for remembering them. That doesn't really help with lucid dreaming, does it? It's the memory that helps with lucid dreaming, if you remember. But I stopped at some point, Sorxa continued. I still remember my dreams every night, but I'm lazy to write them unless it was interesting. Alright. If you already remember them, Sorxa, then what's the point of the journal? The point of the journal is to remember, right? I think so. Alright. Let's get this done. Hey Rabies, what you got there? Oh my god! Is that a fiasco bar? You want me to unwrap that for you, guy? Holy effing crap. He is the best. You should take him home. No way. He'd pee all over everything. And dig a hole in the wall and live there. Oh yeah? Rabies is wild. Let him be wild. Ah, look, he's eating it. And there we go. That is the save point. See ya. It fell down. I wonder if I can jump down solo. Probably not. That is lunchtime. Lunchtime was long overdue. Save and quit the title. And yeah, fucking Path of Exile. I'm postponing the other games. I'm too excited. I am too excited. So I'm actually even gonna start playing Path of Exile this evening. Well, the morning for you Americans, I suppose. But the evening for us Europeans. Alright, Sorsa says, I do forget them over the course of the day. Little bit faster than regular events. Yeah, that happens. But I don't think you need a dream journal to keep the memory, right? You can just, right? You do your reality checks and then you do your memory checks, right? If you start forgetting them over the course of the day, if you want to, I mean, I don't know, if one wants to, if you don't need a dream journal, like I wrote it down and then at lunch, I just went over it in my mind again. Maybe used a dream journal to go over it again. And then before going to sleep, I used a journal to go over it again. And if you remember it well enough, you can just go over it without the journal. That's the strategy I had anyway. But I'm just like you, right? I stopped at some point. Just like meditation, I just stopped at some point. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I can't wait to see you attempt the Minotaur in PoE. If you make it this far, make it that far in this league. Minotaur? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Unfortunately, Banana Waffle Monkey. Right? Who knows? Maybe. I will start this evening, though, with Path of Exile. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm gonna start downloading the patch. Alright, it was nice hanging out as usual. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time. And see you next time. Cheers.